it's only 35 degrees of heat it's emitting, so you can actually put your cheek next to it. It's no problem. So also the nice thing is because you connect the reflector to the ballast, there's no lamp cord anymore.
RF interference is gone, man.
It's only RF.
It's too bright for you.
So this is the bulb that's in this fixture, and it's the dual, or it's the, what do they call it? Dual electrode? What do they call it?
Double-ended.
Double-ended. So basically, when you have, because this is an electronic ballast, correct?
It's an electronic ballast that
so it runs at a higher
over
hertz level.
100,000 hertz.
So that's pretty high. So what that causes is vibration, which equals acoustic resonance, which
no problem with this.
With when a bulb like this,
it's no problem.
It doesn't vibrate, so the bulb doesn't depreciate as quickly. And it's dimmable?
Yeah, it's dimmable from 600 to 1150. And actually, we don't do something like super lumens. This is like 1150.
Oh wow, so it's true.
It's like 15%,
full power.
15% overdrive, and it is no problem for the lamp.
So the big thing that you guys are all about is viability with your reflectors. And what I've noticed is you guys have a totally different mindset, whereas you guys have a aluminum insert that is replaceable. And every other reflector company I know of does not have that capability.
Okay, very simple. Miro aluminium. This is high reflective Miro aluminium. You will see it in almost all ballast. Miro aluminium degrades about 5 to 10% a year because of sulfur in the air, because of dust, heat. So what we do in the big greenhouses, we change these. Once a year, when you change your bulb, you change your reflector.
Change your bulb, you change your reflector. And you're saying, so it could be a 5 to 10% loss if you're not doing that already.
Definitely. Annually.
Annually.
So that's...
So it compounds over a few years.
Yeah, over a few years. It's horrible. So the nice thing is you can change it easily. Also, if you put glass in front of a reflector, what you see a lot in the industry,
5 to 9% loss.
It's about 10% loss.
10%.
And then you start cooling the bulb. When you cool a bulb, actually you're cooling the arc tube. And if you're cooling the arc tube, you get a voltage drop. And actually you're dimming the light. People can actually see that by looking straight into the arc tube. You look into the reflector, you're like, dude, I can look into the light. Well, I can tell you that's not possible. This one is running on 600 watts and you also already can't see in the light. So you're losing about 25% by doing air cooling. So what I advise people is actually don't air cool your reflectors, air cool your room. Yeah, it's better.
Smart guy. Where are you taking this, all this information from and applying to our industry? I mean, why have you come up with this concept? Why has nobody else come up with this concept?
That's a really good question. That's something I tried to figure out.
Are you talking to people in the agricultural market? Or?
We are agricultural.
Exactly. There it is.
We do development together with Osram, Philips, General Electrics. We are development partners. It means that they think of a product. We're the actual field testers. We do greenhouses that contain over 30,000 lamps, and if you have 1% of loss in a 30,000 lamp greenhouse, you talk about hundreds of thousands of euros of loss. So if you want to grow tomatoes in a big advanced greenhouse and still make money, you have to do it right. That's not a cash crop. So because in the horticultural industry we're used to being 1%, 2%, 3% better as competition, and the research and development is the money in there is way bigger than in hobby growing or hydroponics growing. So what you see is that we took all the research and development we did with all the famous brands, and now we took it to the horticultural, like the hobby industry. So you see some differences. We adjusted the lamps a little bit because you see a button under this one, like a dimming button. If I would place those in a greenhouse on 6 meters high, or like 20 foot high in American language, you could never touch the button anymore.
It wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't make any sense. So you can actually see, we took the knowledge we have and we implemented it in hydroponics.
So you basically took professional techniques and adapted them to an industry that's becoming professional.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
No problem.
And so Gavita Lighting is a European brand?
Gavita Lighting is made in-house in Holland. We are a Dutch-based company. We're the only horticultural light company that just does horticultural lights. We're over there for over 30 years, so we have a lot of knowledge about making ballast and making electronics. Also, you won't see resonation, blowing bulbs, burnouts, RF. It's all past.
So you guys are really geared for the gardener that's trying to get the best result with the best equipment.
We're trying to get the best stuff to the best people.
Thank you. So this is the Pro Line Gavita, where you have basically, we have our 600, our 660, 750, 825, 1000, and 1150. Nice. Is that a removable fuse right there?
No, what that is actually...
Oh, that's the Gore-Tex pressure release.
That's a Gore-Tex membrane.
Okay.
If a ballast heats up, actually the air expands. It's a natural thing. And you don't want the air to leak on the seals, because if the ballast cools down, actually it will draw in the air because it gets a vacuum, the air cools down, and it starts drawing in the air through the seals. We don't want that. So, because the air will take in humidity, sulfur, and it will screw up your electronics. So we made a weak point on purpose. In the weak point is a Gore-Tex membrane, so the moment that the ballast cools down, actually it takes in the air without a problem, so it doesn't pass the seals. And because of the Gore-Tex membrane, all the dust and the humidity will stay out.
Nice.
That's on all our Pro ballast, you will find this feature. These bulbs actually aren't 240 volt bulbs. They are 400 volt bulbs.
Oh, super efficiency. The best efficiency.
These work on 380, three phase. We actually made special electronics that convert 240 volt to the 400 volt bulb. So
that was Philips, right?
That's Philips. We know that's some techniques. Actually, our ballast has to be. Philips is checking our ballast to make sure that we don't run their bulbs on a bad ballast.
Okay.
And so we can actually certify those bulbs on our ballast. Also,
is Philips have the only 400 volt bulb that can run off of off the other voltage, off the 240 voltage?
Actually it's not. We have some 400 volt bulbs of other brands.
Okay.
But it's the only one with the double-ended 400.
It's only a double-ended.
So this, at the moment, this is a completely unique product. It's used in horticulture already for 7 years. So all the problems that were there in the beginning with every new product is already out. It's not like it's a new product. It's a new product for hydroponics. This bulb will give you at least 15% more than the best bulbs I tested on the American market. And anybody can take me up on that.
Well, you can't deny that Philips doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, yeah, that's a little bit the thing. You know, don't ask me.
Those guys know what the hell they're doing.
Together with Luxem.
You work together with Luxem on this?
Yeah, we work together with Luxem. Only we take care. We know a lot about reflectors. I can tell you this reflector gives the best output. Also, you see that we have a lot of cooling ribs. I can tell you that electronics don't like to run hot. Electronics like to run cool. So we have a big heat sink. So we make sure that you will have a long life on this product. Cooling electronics is the most important thing. If you have a heat sink that's too small, your electronics will run hot and the lifetime of the electronics will go down. You want to use a product for at least 5 years. So also we have special glass in there. It's like a glass that filters out the UVC but keeps in the UVA and the UVB. Well, plants love UVA, UVB. There's a reason for that. It actually protects itself against it by making glands. So also you will see that on the moment you use this plasma light with clones, it actually pre-hardens the clones before you put it outdoor. So actually, because it's like the sun, normally if you take clones from indoor to outdoor, they go like, and they go down. Actually, this will pre-harden them and you'll have way less problems.
Nice. And this runs what, about 5,600 Kelvin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you will see, you will see on the.
I like the reflector that you did because the stray light has a very limited reflector. A very generic looking light.
It is. I don't want to talk about my competition.
Yeah, it's okay. I sell it, so I
like
can talk about it.
We are trying to put a quality product on the market. We're trying to give the grower a new product to play around with. Also, what you see if you use it on mother plants, you see more shoots. The production will go up. This is for making quality. HPS is for making quantity.
I see.
So If you want both, actually you put them together.
Nice, nice.
So if you have flower plants, I advise you to take a plasma together with an HPS. It's beautiful.
So maybe like a 4x8 tray with two 600s and a plasma in the middle?
It's beautiful.
Okay.
That's actually the one we're testing.
The recipe for success.
Yeah, that's a recipe for success.
How do you adjust the...
It's very simple. You push the button and you adjust the reflector. It's free, so you can do free adjustments.
There's three adjustments?
So this is like, this is deep and this is actually wide.
Okay.
So you can change it. Also, because you have on two sides, you can do an asymmetric setting. So in the middle, you want it to overlap with the next reflector, but if you have the wall here, actually you want to stop the light and let it go back in. So this is one of the first reflectors you can actually do an asymmetric setting.
Oh, perfect, perfect.